I ain't realize, um, sometimes we don't realize, um, when we bring kids into the world, um, the things that we're doing with the person that we bring kids into the world with, can be affecting, our kids. Like, I'm going through a separation right now, and like the hardest part of that, if I'm being honest, uh, the hardest part is not separating from the person, but like the hardest part for me has been like realizing that everything I did leading up to this point affected and will affect my kids. You know what I'm saying? Like, and that's the hardest part is like realizing that it's gonna come a day where I'm gonna move out of here and, you know, just be in my own space and not be in house, like not being a part of their lives every single day. I've been accustomed to that. I've been fortunate enough to have that. You know what I'm saying? Leading up until this point. But, you know, when I think about it, I feel selfish. Like, I wish I was more equipped, you know what I'm saying, as a parent, as a father, before I started any of this, because you don't think about the things you're doing when you're doing them, excuse me, and how it's going to affect, other people, um, in particular, my kids, you know what I mean? Like, I know what it was like, and my mom and my dad was never married, but I know what my life was like having just my mom. And not saying that I'm going anywhere, because I'm not going anywhere as far as like being present, but even up until the point of him stop coming around completely, I know what it felt like immediately to not have my dad in the house, like to visit and for him to come get me. You know what I'm saying? Like, I knew how that felt. And I think that's why I'm having the hardest time with that. Um, because going through that as a child and experiencing that, I always told myself like that shit really, before I even knew what it was like already something that I was applying to, or I was going to apply to my life. Like, as far as like when I had kids, I was never going to like create like a broken home, or like whoever I had kids with, I was going to be with them. You know what I'm saying? Like, it was like a forever thing. And that's the way that I seen it. And I was like, I ain't never going to allow my kids to see what that was like, or have to go through that. And I ended up still having that be like the end result. You know what I'm saying? Cause like I was so bad to the person that I was with, that ultimately it still ended up being that anyway, no matter how hard I tried. Cause I tried, but I don't think I tried as hard as I did all of the other shit. You know what I'm saying? Like all of the other negative shit. How mean I was, how bad of a person I was, with the alcohol shit being a part of my life. Just how bad of a person I was, you know what I mean? And how like mean, and like insensitive. And I thought I was doing it though, because I'm like, yo, 15, as time go by, 10 years, 11 years, 12, I'm like, yo, we're gonna really make this shit happen. Like, I'm gonna really do what I said I'm gonna do. Um, in regards of like giving my kids a mom and a dad household, you know what I'm saying? A dual household, a dual parent household. Um, so ultimately though, when I think about it, it's like, that's the hardest part. It's not separating from her. It's not no longer having sex with her. It's not no longer being with her. And that's what I thought was going to be the hard part for me. Like, you know, realizing that she won't move on, or realizing that somebody else going to be having sex with her, or going to be taking her out, or be doing this and doing that. When really the hardest part is like what my kids gonna have to go through. And I think I feel guilty because it's my fault. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's the hardest part. Like, knowing like, damn, bro, you could have prevented it. You know what I'm saying? Like, but you was busy doing you, drinking, getting fucked up, you know, just not being uh just not being your authentic self. Like, I was somebody else that whole time, you know what I mean? And it still made that person feel some type of way. I still treated that person badly. So whereas though we at this point now, I ain't gonna sit up here and say that everything was smooth, and then we, you know what I mean? All of it is my fault. And like I said, we just don't realize like a lot of the things that we do once we become parents can affect our children. And this one just like this a real blow to the gut for me, because I love my kids dearly, and I don't never want them to feel like I don't got their best interests at heart. I do anything for them, but um, I made some mistakes that, you know, now it's going unfortunately it's going to be like this, you know what I mean? And I'm just like, damn, that's going to be the hardest part for me, man. Like, not being in the house with the kids every day, but most importantly, like, how it's going to affect them. Because right now it's cool. Like, I ain't moved out yet, you know what I mean? I'm still here, you know what I mean? I'm, you know, still working through that part, you know what I mean? I can't just up and go. I put a lot of investment into this, but it's going to come a time where I'm going to go, and that's when shit going to really, really get real. And it's like, man, I just hope that with the love I provide and the reassurance that I provide, my kids will know, like, I'm still here no matter what. You know what I'm saying? And it'll be just as good, if not better, with me and mom not being together no more. You know what I'm saying? Like, because I don't want them to be affected by it too much. You know what I'm saying? And especially, like I said, for me, it hurts because I seen what that was like as a child, to not have both parents, and I vowed to not allow that to happen, you know, to me when I have kids. You know what I mean? And that's why, like, for me, it ain't no going back. I despise, like, I'm at that point in life where I hate alcohol. You know what I mean? Because we all use it for whatever we use it for, and we think, oh, it's for, you know, to get drunk, to get fucked up, to have a good time. But it's a flip side to that. You know what I'm saying? That shit could destroy lives. That shit could destroy people. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot more worse than it is good. It's a lot more bad than it is good. And I hate that shit because it's just a substance, you know what I mean? It's just doing what it's supposed to do. But I hate that I was introduced to it. I hate that I found it. I hate that I gravitated toward it, because it ripped a lot of shit away from me, you know what I'm saying? And when it's like that, you can't blame that. You know what I mean? It's just a thing. It's a substance, you know what I'm saying? Like, you could feel mad like I am, you know what I mean? You could feel some type of way like I feel, but it's on you at the end of the day, you know what I'm saying? It's still decisions that you made. You know, it's only so mad you could be about it, you know what I mean? But just as far as the relationship that I got with alcohol, I hate it. It ain't no hate love, it's straight hate, because, you know, it helped me fuck a lot of shit up. You know what I mean? It helped destroy a lot of shit that ain't need to be destroyed, that ain't have to be destroyed. But, you know, being as though I was, and who I was when I was on that shit, bro. But yeah, just thinking like, man, just hope it don't affect my kids too much, though. That's my only concern, you know what I'm saying? Because, like I said, we don't think, man, the things we do, they do ultimately affect our kids a lot of times, you know what I mean? And this is one of them things I was just thinking about, like, damn, you know, move out. And that's something that you just don't want to do, you know what I mean? As a parent, as a protector, as a provider, as a, you know, a nurturer, like, as a, you know what I mean? You don't want to never do nothing, even if it's not even consciously. You just don't never want to do nothing that's going to affect your kids, especially on some shit you did that they ain't got nothing to do with, but they still gotta suffer from it. You know what I'm saying? And that's how I feel. Like, damn, my bad. You know what I'm saying? Like I did shit that y'all gotta suffer from. You know what I mean? Or y'all, you don't never want to do that with your kids, bro. You never want to have your kids suffering no kind of way because of some bullshit you did, or you know what I mean? So, but yeah,